Hello, good day. Welcome to Core English for Senior High School, Form 3, Lesson 16, Comprehension. Today we are going to look at guessing word meaning from context. In your previous lesson, you learnt about how to appreciate expressions and words beyond their occurrence in passages or text to express meaning that is beyond the surface meaning. You therefore learned how to handle appreciation questions in a comprehension text. You need to understand that although words in English have a form of meaning, these meanings are fully understood when you consider the context in which they are used. This is very important because the meanings of words are often fixed by the context of sentences in which they are used. In this particular lesson, we shall examine how you can ascertain the meaning of a word in context. This is what is called the contextual meaning of a word as against its dictionary meaning. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to 1. Identify and explain what constitutes the context of a word. 2. Find the meaning of words by guessing from the context. 3. Read text with meaning. What is a word meaning? Word meaning refers to explanation, definition, denotation, sense, or interpretation assigned to a word and so on. Words are carriers of meaning. The meaning of a word is what that word intends to communicate. The environment of a word, which is otherwise known as its context, is very important when it comes to deriving the meaning of that word. The part of a written or spoken statement that precedes or follows the specific word or passage usually influences its meaning in its context. A word can have different meanings in different contexts. In fact, a word or phrase that has a specific or precise meaning within a given discipline or field might have a different meaning in common usage. For instance, set can mean 1. To put in a specified position or place. Example, set a book on a table. 2. To put into a specified state. Example, set the prisoner free. 3. A certain group of figures in mathematics can be described as a set. Example, a set of odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 4. To arrange properly for use. Example, set a place for a dinner guest or set a table. Canvas can mean 1. A footwear mostly for sporting activities or casual wear. Example, he was seen early this morning trotting in his canvas shoes. 2. The floor of a boxing ring. Example, twice Derek, the world boxing title holder, unbelievably had his back on the canvas of the ring. Run can mean 1. To do a medical test on a patient. Example, a physician runs tests on patients. 2. To hurry to or from a place. Example, she ran out of the room to escape the fire. 3. To pour out from. Example, the tap is running. Burden of proof means 1. The obligation to prove one's assertion in a court of law. It is a term of art used by lawyers. 2. The obligation to establish a contention as fact by evoking evidence of its probable truth. The examples you saw on your screen is an indication that words could take on different meanings in different contexts. For this reason, it is expedient to deduce meaning from the context of a word or phrase. Let's turn our attention to guessing meaning of unknown vocabulary. Before you take a dictionary to find the meaning of an unfamiliar word during reading, guessing the meaning of such unknown vocabulary is a good approach. Now, let's find out this. What is your immediate action when, while reading, you encounter a word you do not know? Some turn to their dictionaries, others ask friends or a teacher for help. However, one of the appropriate things to do is to first of all try to guess what it means. The skill of guessing is a good strategy to learn because 1. It is fast and you would not need to interrupt your reading. 2. It helps your comprehension since you stay focused on the general sense of what you are reading. 3. It helps build vocabulary because you are more likely to remember the words. 4. It allows you to enjoy your reading more because you don't have to stop often. Guessing from context refers to the ability to infer the meaning of an expression using contextual clues. These clues may be purely linguistic or situational. Let's look at linguistic context. This is a linguistic environment in which a word is used within a text. And the situational context is the use of extra linguistic elements that contribute to the construction of meaning, which may involve background knowledge of the subject. This means that you should be able to infer the meaning of an unknown word using the following considerations. 1. The meaning of vocabulary items that surround it. 2. The way the word is formed. 3. Background knowledge of the subject and the situation. We'll look at techniques of guessing meaning. Texts are often full of redundancy, that is excessive or unnecessary material, and consequently, you can use the relation between different items within a text to get the meaning. Our prior knowledge of the world may also contribute to understanding what an expression means. Let's look at synonyms and definitions. 1. Kingfishers are a group of small to medium-sized, brightly colored birds. That is a definition. 2. When he made insolent remarks towards his teacher, they sent him to the principal for being disrespectful. Synonyms. Now let's look at antonym and contrast. He loved her so much for being so kind to him. By contrast, he abhorred her mother. Let's turn our attention to cause and effect. He was disrespectful towards other members at the meeting. That's why he was sent off and penalized. We'll now look at parts of speech. The consideration here is whether the word is a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb, and the function the word performs in an expression. Example: Trojan is an example of a computer virus. In the example on your screen, Trojan is a noun and it functions as the subject of the sentence. Here's some general knowledge. The French Constitution establishes laïcité as a system of government where there is a strict separation of church and state. In this example, you need to know or have a general knowledge about the French linguistic and political situation to understand the meaning of laïcité. These techniques will help you get the meaning of words or at least narrow the possibilities. If need be, Using the dictionary should be the last resort to fine-tuning the understanding of a vocabulary item. When you try to guess the meaning of an unknown word, you use the text surrounding the word, which we call the context. First, carefully read the sentence in which the word is found for a clue. At times, when the word is in a passage, it is important to read with care the sentence or sentences that immediately precedes the sentence in which the word is found, or the sentences that come after the sentence in which the word is found. These surrounding sentences, no doubt, lend meaning to the word or group of words in question. Example 1. You can guess the meaning of a word from the other words in the sentence. Example. Try to guess the meaning of gargantuan in the sentence on your screen. Some of the trees in the Dodowa forest are truly gargantuan, and in fact, they are the tallest trees in the country. You can guess from the last part of the sentence that gargantuan means very large. 2. Try to guess the meaning of peak in the sentence on your screen. When he won the race at the Olympics, he was at the peak of his career. In this sentence, you can guess from the context that peak means climax. Example 2. Sometimes you need to read several sentences in order to guess the meaning of an unknown word. Do you know the meaning of a misogynist? Read the following sentences on your screen and then try and guess its meaning. Mary realized that Mr. Ashman was a misogynist soon after she started working as his assistant. It is difficult for a woman to work for a misogynist. She is never sure if his criticism is based on her work or on the fact that she is a woman. Mary knew that no woman would ever get a top-level job in a company run by a misogynist. From sentence A, we know that a misogynist is a man, Mr. Ashman. From sentence B, we learn that a misogynist may sometimes criticize a woman just because she is a woman. Then from sentence C, we deduce that a misogynist might not be fair to women. Therefore, from these sentences, we can conclude that a misogynist is a man who generally dislikes women. Now, in order to help you master the skill of guessing the meaning of words from the context in which they have been used, you need to try your hands on a few exercises. Here is an exercise for practice. Read this passage on the screen and guess the meanings of the words underlined. The cosmetic world is perhaps the worst culprit in their misuse of the word natural to mean its exact opposite. Hairdressers tell us in glossy magazines to look natural in our hairstyles. Hair grows naturally on the African girl's head in a tightly curly mop that she has been encouraged to call kinky. The naturalness of African hair vanishes the instant it is groomed with blowout cream, hot combs, and jerry curl kits. It is ridiculous to call the huge, fluffy blowout afro mound natural. Beautiful, yes, but natural, no. The world of fashion keeps on persuading us that naturalness is to be attained only through the use of outrageously priced ointments, lotions, creams, powders, and all sorts of exotic stuff. Docker's face pad contains natural vitamin E extracted from natural plants through a natural formula, says the legend on the jar. Calabari Purple Explosion is hailed as the natural lipstick that will promote the natural look on black lips. Similarly, Freetown Greenery, the revoltingly green eyeshadow, is recommended to the jet black girl because it will adorn her natural splendor. I can't help laughing. On your screen now are words or phrases underlined in the passage. For each of them, guess an appropriate meaning. 1. Corporate. 2. Instant. 3. Ridiculous. 4. Outrageously prized. 5. Legend. Here are some model answers. 1. Corporate means offender. 2. Instant means immediately. 3. Ridiculous may mean amusing, comical, or funny. 4. Outrageously prized means excessively prized. 5. Legend means myth or tale. To sum up, in this lesson, you have learned that 1. Words are carriers of meaning. 2. The context in which a word is used greatly determines its meaning. 3. You can guess the meaning of a word from its context. 4. The context of a particular word or group of words is the sentence in which the word is found, the sentence that precedes the sentence in which the word is found, or that comes after the sentence in which the word is found. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Till I come your way again, which will be very soon, this is Mabel Nunufio. Cheerio.